Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to Movies with Vowels month. And we're finally back. I'm reviewing another movie. This is another movie with the letter U, because I haven't reviewed one since Up in the Air. It's a movie from the year 2000, done by M. Night Shyamalan. This is one of his actually good films, and it's the intriguing, really well thought out, well paced, really interesting film, Unbreakable. Yes, I bought this last year at a yard sale, and wow, really freaking good, man. If you thought that Christopher Nolan or Villeneuve, the guy that did Blade Runner 2049, if you thought their films are really like thought provoking and awesome, this is Shyamalan's version. There's Samuel Jackson and there's Bruce Willis. This is one of their best performances. Absolutely. I mean, look at Bruce Willis's face there. If people say that he's soulless in this movie, it's his character. That's the way he was made up. He's a very, mellow guy, which I'm fine with in this movie. In this movie, you can't be a wisecracking, one-liner spitting character like John McClane. He's not John McClane here. And there's Shyamalan. I know everybody hates this guy. I don't. I never hated this guy because I've seen worse directors that are successful. I think J.J. Abrams is worse than him because Abrams makes successful garbage. So fuck you for that. And also, I think Rian Johnson is becoming overrated as well. You do two films that get critically acclaimed, Looper and Brick and whatever, and then you do a Star Wars movie that insults me. Yeah, that's not for me. But this guy, at least hey, I like The Sixth Sense. I don't think it's a great movie, but it's a good movie. It's a good picture of it. And Unbreakable is his best film. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt for me. I haven't seen Split yet. I know it's going to connect to this, but I wanted to review this first. I want to see that because it has Haley Lou Richardson in it, and I adore her. She should have been Ray. See The Last Survivor. That's how you do Ray right. Fuck you, Episode 8. That's the last time I'm going to say that. I promise. I'm not going to mention it again in any more reviews for a while because that movie just depresses me. But this movie is not depressing. This is really, really intriguing. A 72% on Rotten Tomatoes, actually a 68%, 7.2 on IMDb. Obviously, this has a fan base. Let me read this intriguing plot. Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson star in a mind-shattering, indeed, suspense-filled thriller. This is not an action movie. Do not expect the Avengers with this. This is very slow-paced, but it's well done. It's subtle filmmaking. Suspense-filled thriller that stays with you long after the end of the riveting supernatural film. Yeah, it's more like Chronicle than Supernatural. If you've seen Chronicle, you know what I mean. After David Dunn, that's Bruce Willis, emerges from a horrific train crash at the sole survivor and without a single scratch on him. And by the way, it's explained because he has superpowers. This is how you do episode 7 right, where you give the character a backstory. He has a family and they find out about it and they think he's dead. But no, it makes sense here. Because Shyamalan actually, he didn't do the twist that he does in every movie. Like, it's not a stupid twist like he does. And without a single scratch, he meets a mysterious stranger, Samuel Jackson, in a really weird wig. An unsettling stranger who believes comic book heroes walk the earth. A haunting stranger whose obsession with David will change David's life forever. And yeah, it's basically David has superpowers, but it's done in a subtle way where he does things, like out of nowhere, that he can do these amazing things. And it's done in a realistic manner that, like I said, would give The Dark Knight a run for its money. This movie's much shorter. It's 107 minutes. See, you don't need to be 2.5 hours to really touch my brain, and rub it and try to not manipulate it, but like try to intrigue it. You know what I mean, like touch my brain. But anyway, this film, the performances are really well done. It's well paced, even though it's almost 2 hours. It goes by quick. Shyamalan thing makes a cameo in the movie. It doesn't bother me. I know everybody hates this guy. They hate him for Airbender and The Village and Split. Even some split critics down the middle. The Visit and everything. I'm like, he's not the worst director in the world. I've seen way worse. He shoots the film very well. Bruce Willis's performance is amazing. There's a scene where he saves these people from I think it's a swimming pool that's covered, and he just shoots out like a cannon. The score is amazing. It really fits this movie really well. I'm just it baffles me that this movie was a success and it's supposed to get a sequel, and yet it took so long to make it, and yet we get a superhero movie every year from Marvel and DC and sometimes from Fox, and yet their movies, some of their movies get praise that they don't deserve. I'm sorry. Um, I rather see this in X Men First Class. I rather see this in freaking Suicide Squad, which did not get critical acclaim. That's a piece of shit. I'm sorry, even Man of Steel. I'm not going to mention this again, but I'd rather watch this. This is shorter. The realism works. It benefits the characters. It makes them more human in a way that they don't feel alien. And there's a scene where Samuel Jackson, he's a guy in a wheelchair. He's in a wheelchair, like Charles Xavier, and he's going through the comic book shop, and I'm like, yeah, that's meta for people being normal, and normal people read comic books and they go to comic book shops, and sometimes they knock things down. I get it. I get it. I get the whole gist of this movie. I get it, and I understand it. And the movie, yeah, like I said, it's set in the real world. This is not a fantasy world in someone's head. Shyamalan gets some good shots in there. I love the way the film looks. It's from the early 2000s. Even the trailer intrigued me. And guess what? They didn't have to put a bunch of flashy effects and bad CGI. This film's budget is modest, so it fits the movie. It's not $120 million. It has two big stars, but they don't overshadow the story. The story is interesting. That's why this is getting a sequel. And where's the Man of Steel sequel? Still in development. Where's the sequel to Suicide Squad? Yeah, still in development, and I guarantee you it's gonna suck. Where's the sequel to? I don't know. There's a couple of Marvel films that have not been made, like Fantastic Four. Van Stick's not getting a sequel, and we're going to reboot it again. So, yeah, this is a realistic superhero movie done in a way that's intriguing. It's got sci-fi elements. It's got great effects for what you see. It's got great performances. Problems, there's some people like his family, like Bruce Willis' family kind of gets underused. They don't really serve much of a purpose in the film. They see them, it's Robin Wright. She was in Blade Runner 2049, and she's in The Princess Bride and a bunch of other stuff. She's great. I've always found her very attractive, and she's a good actress. Unlike the freaking cunts that we get in these new Femme Busters and freaking Disney Wars. Yeah, this is an actress that actually knows what she's doing. Even when she's doing dramatic, like in Forrest Gump, I'm like, you. I can understand why Sean Penn was with you, because you're desirable. I wish I could say that with these new girls, but I can't. I can't. In one ear, out the other. At least with her, you're gonna get a performance that you'll never forget. And even though she's not in the film that much, yeah, the music is done by James Newton Howard. The guy does a great job. It's not recycled. It's not generic. It's well done. No, Shyamalan produced it. They all have Barry Mendel and Sam Mercer. They did a good job producing the film. The film looks great. Like the costume design, Joanna Johnston. I usually don't talk about costumes, but I think they fit this movie. And the ending is more intriguing than a lot of other movies that I've seen. And like I said, you don't need to be 2.5 hours. We get the point at an hour and 40 minutes. I give the pass to movies like Civil War and Guardians and and the Avengers, because those are they have a massive packed cast and they have a lot of action, and there's just so much going on. I can excuse those. Those are action movies. This is not. This is a sci-fi thriller drama with amazing cinematography. I just love looking at the film. And like I said, if you've seen Nolan's trilogy 100 times, see something different. This is different, but in a good way. It's not different where it bores me to death or it depresses the hell out of me like Man of Steel. It doesn't freaking have no action like Fan Four Stick. It doesn't have shitty CGI like Suicide Squad. It's not a movie trying so hard to be this that it forgets to be what it's supposed to be. Hello, Rogue One. Yeah, it knows what it is and it runs with it, and it's great. And I will say this: Shyamalan has made some bad movies. I know it. Every director has. Spielberg has made some shit pieces in the last 10 years, so no one is immune from that. But he did a good job here. This is what I want to see in a movie. Something intriguing doesn't have to be just flash in the pan or beating an agenda over your head. It can be subtle. That's what this movie is. One word, subtle. And this title is amazing because yeah, you get what that title means when you find out about Samuel Jackson's character, which I'm not going to spoil because he's great in it. He doesn't say motherfucker because this is a PG-13 movie, so it's not too violent, so you can see it, and it's interesting. And like I said before, don't try so hard to be something you're not. Even Tomb Raider that's coming out this year, I'm like, you're trying too hard to be like freaking Indiana Jones. You're not going to be Indiana Jones. You're going to be more like the new Jumanji that I don't care about, and the freaking just an updated version of the Lara Croft movies with Angelina Jolie, and I didn't care about those. But anyway, back to topic. Unbreakable is good. This movie wasn't broken. It's good. It's a Shyamalan movie that works, and it touches your brain cells, and it makes you smarter. Movies like this is what I want to see. A drama doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't. Give me some good performances. Give me a good director that when he puts effort, damn it, he just knocks it out of the park. See The Sixth Sense and say if he's a horrible director. No, in the 2000s he lost his way. Split, it could be his start to getting back into the mainstream. Uh, and back in good graces. I want to see that over freaking The Village or Signs. Oh, aliens are weak against water. I don't know. I'm sorry. And Airbender, I don't hate. I know everybody hates that movie. I thought it was fine for what it was. It's not horrible. I've seen horrible, but this is a good movie. See it. It's got a letter U. It's not like Unforgettable, which is horrible. That movie pissed me off because it's so boring. But this is way better. So that's my review of Unbreakable. It is flawed. It's a little slow, and some of the characters get underused, like Robin Wright Penn and her son, I believe. Yeah, but other than that, it's really intriguing. And sometimes I want a movie to suck me in. I want the visuals to take me in. That's why I loved Blade Runner 2049. It wasn't just CGI in your face. No, the ideas and the concepts and the story and the lead took me in. That's what this movie does. It's got that same, Interstellar, Inception, Blade Runner 2049 tone, and I like that. It's not dreary where a character's suffering for 2 hours. I don't want to see that. I want to see struggles, but not pain and suffering and torture porn. No, not that. I want something good, and this is good. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next review. I'll try not to be so overly dramatic. It is winter. What do you expect? And I am fat, so gotta lose these fat cells from my face. See you guys next time.